We are game-playing, fun-having creatures. We are the otters of the universe. We cannot die. We cannot hurt ourselves any more than illusions on the screen can be hurt. But we can believe we're hurt, in whatever agonizing detail we want. We can believe we're victims, killed and killing, shuttered around by good luck and bad luck. From a materialistic viewpoint, life is serious to the nth degree, full of suffering, adversity, and unbearable pain. However, mystics see the cosmos in a completely different way, as a metaphysical sandbox. A cosmic game played on an epic level, where people learn that although they are temporarily housed in bodies of flesh and blood, their true provenance is not the earth but the transcendent dimension. By embracing this perspective, you'll begin to see yourself as an indestructible being who incarnated on the physical plane for the sheer delight of it all. It's incredibly liberating to see things this way and vastly preferable to what most people do, viewing life as a never-ending struggle. By doing that, they fill their minds with continual fear, worry, and other negative emotions, obliterating the exquisite joy they should be experiencing. They imbue their identities with layers of meaning, not realizing that these personas are as insubstantial as fleeting shadows in the moonlight, as ethereal as mysteries carried by the wind. The world of form, which many believe is the ultimate reality, is but a play of spirit, an exchange of energies Hindus call the dance of Shiva. What's real in us transcends the physical world. The Course in Miracles states, "Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God." Once we are able to grasp what this quote is really trying to tell us, we realize that because we're immortal, nothing can harm us. Nothing can touch who we are at our core. By developing an understanding that we live in a recreational universe, life becomes a joyous celebration instead of a grueling ordeal. If you want to realize this on an experiential level, the best way is through meditation. By meditating, you give yourself a gift that's precious beyond price: stillness. It's space to listen to the whispers of your soul and the opportunity to dive into the limitless depths of your spirit. Once you immerse yourself in the peaceful waters of meditative bliss, limitations crumble, boundaries dissolve, and you feel an oceanic oneness with everything and everyone around you. This is something mystics call unity consciousness. This is where we uncover the radiant truth that we're not an isolated drop of water, but the ocean itself. In this heightened awareness, every encounter becomes a sacred remembrance as we see our divinity reflected in others. Love becomes our guiding force, and compassion flows effortlessly to everyone we meet. We understand that the suffering of one is the suffering of all, and the joys of one ripple through the collective awareness. Unity consciousness extends beyond the human realm. It embraces the entire web of life, where we acknowledge our interconnectedness with nature, the animal kingdom, and the fabric of the universe itself. As you immerse yourself in meditative silence, a gentle awakening unfolds within you. Layers of heaviness that once burdened your soul fall away, and you're graced with a profound understanding. Life is a divine play, a grand expression of the eternal dance between the formless and the world of form. Through meditation, you learn on the deepest of all possible levels to stop taking yourself and things so seriously. That's because it provides you with the understanding that everything around you is a manifestation of divine bliss. That chair you're sitting in is made out of God stuff, as are you. The bird you just saw flying across the sky is divine awareness solidified as a creature of unparalleled beauty and grace. Meditation allows you to see beyond the surface appearance of the world, peering into the hidden depths where the infinite and the finite intertwine. You understand that every tree, every flower, every blade of grass is a unique expression of the divine, each whispering a sacred truth. In its boundless love, universal awareness descended into matter to experience the profound joy of self-discovery. Universal intelligence created everything you see, not because it wanted beings to suffer. Instead, it created the universe to give the parts of itself that believe themselves to be separate beings the glorious opportunity to realize they're not creatures bound by space and time. Like a game of hide and seek, the divine conceals himself in an infinitude of life forms. Each fragment forgets from whence they came, buying into the delusion that they're a distinct entity instead of a part of a vast interconnected web of consciousness. Those trapped within the game fall more deeply into Maya, or illusion, the mask preventing us from peering into the ineffable dimension. For them, the unbearable pain of believing they're a separate ego intensifies until they can't take it anymore. At that moment, they snap out of the hypnotic spell they've been under as the shells of their egos crack. The masks fall off, allowing them to see the transcendent reality lying just behind the physical. This is the moment of awakening, liberation from identification with material forms. Realization dawns within us, and we recognize the game for what it is. It suddenly dawns on us that the perception of ourselves as mortal beings was a trick played on us by our minds. We break out of our self-imposed prison, liberated by the knowledge that we're radiant expressions of divine awareness. Once you attain this realization, you begin to perceive the divine threads weaving through the tapestry of your existence, infusing each experience with wonder, awe, and delight. Life becomes a magnificent symphony. You play your part with wild abandon, reveling in the heart-aching beauty of it all. Alan Watts said, "The kind of seriousness which drags man down to the earth and kills the life of the spirit is not the child of sorrow, but a sort of play acting in which the player is deceived into identifying himself with his part. In other words, it's not that we're playing. We identify with our roles so much we don't even know we are." Once we realize that we're not really beings of flesh and blood, but manifestations of universal awareness itself, a tremendous weight lifts from our shoulders. We're free to be who we really are instead of losing ourselves in a fictitious persona. Like an actor who's so passionately committed to a part, he forgets the role he's playing isn't who he is. You realize that life is not a burden, but a gift to cherish. The seriousness that once weighed heavily on you dissipates, replaced by lightheartedness. You move through life with newfound freedom, reveling in the ever-present bliss that emerges when you remember your true nature. The veils of illusion thin, and you catch glimpses of the eternal truth, lying beyond the ephemeral play of forms. As we lean into this realization, we're no longer helplessly buffeted by the winds of fate, but become conscious co-creators, teaming up with the divine to accelerate the collective awakening. So, rejoice in the wisdom that comes from recognizing everything in the material universe is sacred play. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Go out into the world and embrace the sheer joy of existence. By doing that, you'll see the universe as it was meant to be seen, as a divine playground. Then, mysticism will no longer be something only practiced by monks in remote parts of the planet, but something that adds immeasurable richness to your existence.